Alright guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to give a kind of quick overview on what we've been doing on the Rams team. I'm a big Rams fan, alright? I've been a Rams fan since day one, alright? Day one Rams fan. I know there's a lot of bandwagon fans and people get upset because the Rams came to LA and a bunch of people are just jumping ship and they're, Rams fans this, Rams fans that, and they're bandwagon fans. You guys are accepted into the Rams community. I embrace you guys, alright? I embrace you guys. But I've been a day one fan, alright? Just to kind of clear that up. I've been a Rams fan since we drafted Jerome Bettis, alright? I know, most of you guys are like, what? The Rams drafted Jerome Bettis? What? No, he's a Steeler. No, dude, we drafted Jerome Bettis, right? Before he was the bust, you guys know what he was? He was the battering ram, alright? He was known as Jerome Bettis, the battering ram, alright? I remember being a little kid watching this dude on TV. The first time, man, I watched this dude, and he was just crushing people, man. And I just remember this one time they were trying to tackle him, and I was listening to the announcers and stuff like that, and they were talking about how one thing Jerome Bettis does is he keeps moving his feet. He keeps moving his feet. They might hit him, but he keeps driving with his feet, and that's what makes it so difficult to tackle him. Right? This is way back, man, when he first got drafted, dude. That's how long I've been a Rams fan. Alright? He's retired already. That's how long I've been a Rams fan. Alright? So anyways, just throwing that out there for all you guys for who is this guy? Why should I listen to him? I've been a Rams fan since day one. So I want to just bring you guys the best content that I can about the stuff that we're doing with the Rams. We're all a Rams family, alright? Anyways, I'm not going to get too much into the defense as much as I want to. I want to dive into the defense because we're going to do some crazy things. And I am going to touch on it, alright? I'm going to talk about some defense stuff. But I'm going to pay most attention to the offense because the offense right now it's got some things and nobody's talking about it, right? Nobody's talking about it. We kind of started talking about it because we got Cooks now, but you know what? We had amazing potential even without Cooks. We didn't even need that dude. We didn't even need Beckham, all right? We didn't even need Beckham from the Giants, all right? We didn't even need a Cooks, all right? And I'm gonna talk about that on how this offense is just beast mode, okay? And I'm gonna dive into that. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna hit on it. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the defense. Whoo, man, that defense is gonna be something sick next season. Well, all right. I know how. Let's get serious real quick. I know how it is in the NFL, and I know things could change in a split second. But right now, on paper, we have some true potential. Alright? We got some true potential, guys. We got some true potential. So I'm going to talk about that. Alright? I'm going to talk a little bit about even special teams. Nobody's talking about special teams. I'm going to talk about special teams. Alright? So anyways, I want you guys to meet my little monkey friend right here. He's wearing Rams shirt because he's a Rams fan. Alright? My girlfriend got me this, alright guys, and I want you guys to think, like, who's this guy? He's over there buying Rams, stuffed animals and stuff. Alright, my girl got that for me, alright? It's real special to me, alright? Because she got it for me. He's wearing a Rams jersey. She cares. She knows I'm a fan, and she hooked it up, alright? So he's right here. He's going to support us. He's going to be our little mascot, and he's supporting us on this YouTube channel, okay? So anyways, I'm glad you guys are here. You guys are in tune. We're going to go ahead and dive into this. No more introduction. Except for, my little pit bull over there just hanging out, wondering what we're talking about. But right here, the main thing that we've kind of been doing in the off season, as you can see, is we've been working on defense. Now, you can see right here, we got Aaron Donald on the line. We got Michael Brockers. He's very underrated. Dude's a beast. He's the number one, round one draft pick, right? He's a round one draft pick. Very underrated. He's an explosive beast on the line, right? Nobody thinks about him because he gets overshadowed by Donald, right? He gets overshadowed by, when Quinn was there, he got overshadowed by Quinn. All right, Quinn's out. So right now, Donald, we got Sue, and then Brockers is a beast. So we got 3 defensive linemen that are straight beast, right? Brockers, like I said, he's underrated. People don't pay much attention to him because he gets overshadowed by Donald. But Brockers is a freaking beast, man. That dude's a monster, right? But anyways, we got Donald, who's number 1 in defense right now. If we look at it, these guys are going to cause destruction. The front of the line, they're going to cause Peters. Aqib Talib. Peters has led the NFL in interceptions the past 2 seasons, man. Dude's a straight beast. Aqib Talib, big time interception beast. So if we have these 2 guys at freaking corner, and these guys are causing destruction in the front, I mean, people are worried about our linebackers, this, that, and the other, about the linebackers. But if these guys are causing so much destruction, and we got Brockers in there, to add to that, I'm going to throw him in there because he's underrated. The dude's a beast. Alright? We have Brockers in there. We have Donald, and we got Sue. These guys are going to be causing so much destruction. Think about it. This guy, he gets double teamed all the time. Sue, double teamed all the time. How are they going to be able to double team both of these guys without leaving Brockers open, without leaving Donald open, without leaving Sue open? There's going to have to be someone who's going to be open on that freaking defensive line, and teams are going to be hating us. Teams are going to be hating to play us. I'm telling you that right now. And when these guys are putting pressure on that quarterback, guess what? These guys are known for their interceptions. That's what they do. They're freaking ball hawks. All right? So these guys are going to come in and just cause a bunch of destruction. All right? And I'm just thinking about it right now. It's going to be freaking chaotic, and I'm going to love it. Hopefully. Hopefully, it's good on paper. Hopefully, they all communicate. They all work together. And it comes together on the field, because that's what's the most important thing, is that it comes together on the field. But I'm hoping that it does. Because if it does, this can be a very destructive defense. Now, just to let you guys know, he's a first rounder, Donald. Sue's a first rounder. Brockers is a first rounder. Peters, first rounder. Aqib Talib, first rounder. Mark Barron, first rounder. Think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 first rounders on our defense. People are worried about freaking the linebacker position. Mark Barron was a first rounder. That dude is a freaking beast, man. He was originally a safety. He transitioned into a linebacker. But he's done an amazing job, okay? Mark Barron has done an amazing job. That's why he's still there. Joyner, he's a great safety, okay? He's a smaller guy. He's a little bit, people underestimate him because of his size, but dude's a beast, okay? He gets to the ball. He makes plays, okay? Sam Shields is another guy that we pulled over. So think about it. We have 3 great corners. This is going into kind of some of the changes that we made. What is our defense looking like right now? I'll go into more depth into the other players next time. But right now, I kind of want to talk about the offense, because we haven't really talked about offense. You haven't really seen people talk about the offense until we made this big move for Cooks. All right, me personally, I don't even think we needed a Cooks. All right, me personally, I think we were good with Goff, Gurley, with Cooper Kupp, and Woods, because those guys are really great players, okay? And Cooper Kupp, he made a few draw passes. Excuse me. Cooper Kupp, he made a few drop passes, yeah, sure. You know, we could have won that game with the Seahawks that first time we played them, had he not dropped that pass in the touchdown. Now, it's his rookie season. Excuse me. It's his rookie season. He made a few drop passes. It's okay, man. It's cool. All right, he's going to get better. Okay? Cooper Kupp has done big things for this offense, right? He was one of the top leading receivers that we had last season, and he was in the slot position. He wasn't even a starting receiver, right? He was in the slot position, and he was making more catches than the majority of our receivers. That's already saying something right there about Cooper Kupp and what the potential that he has for the future. So, That's Cooper Kupp rookie. Woods had a great season. He got injured in the middle of the season, or it was towards kind of a little after the middle of the season. He got injured. He came back, played strong. Okay? Higbee, another great, phenomenal player who I think has a lot of potential if we could get the ball in his hands. We can get him on a roll, get him making some plays. That's another big-time player that we have. Okay? So we don't even need a Cooks. We got freaking Gurley. I don't even need to talk about him. You guys should already know who Gurley is. If you don't, he won Offensive Player of the Year last season. Okay? So if you don't know who he is, I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm sorry, bro. You need to go do some research. Look up Todd Gurley. Because dude's a beast. Not only in the run game, but he's also a beast at catching the ball. Okay? So think about that. You have a running back who can catch the ball, somewhat like Marshall Faulk. I'm not going to make any comparisons to Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk was a different type of player. He was more of an elusive player. But that dude could catch the ball, man. So you can line him up in the receivers, in out as a receiver, and he would run routes. Freaking Marshall Faulk. Okay? He was a beast at catching the ball. That's kind of what they're doing with Gurley, okay? Gurley's, I feel he's more, has an elusive speed, like he has an elusive speed. He's not necessarily an elusive runner, but he has elusive speed. He has the speed that just sneaks up on people. Dude is a power runner, and he's got some moves, right? And for one, he could jump the hell over you, okay? For those of you guys who don't know, he was a hurdler back in his days, okay? So anyways, Gurley, freaking, he's a threat not just in the run game, but in the pass game, which makes him an extremely well-rounded offensive player, especially because he could block, okay? So, we have Gurley, okay? He could play as a runner and in the pass game, okay? We have Cooks, now who we just got from the Patriots. Now, when I was watching that Super Bowl, man, Cooks was making some plays, man. I was just like, damn, man, why can't they stop this dude? He was making play after play after play. And then he got leveled. And I kind of wanted to see the Patriots lose. I was really happy about that. I feel bad now because he's on our team. But you know what? That's the thing about football. Things happen, all right? So he's on our team now. I'm glad he's on our team. I hope he could be as productive here as he was with the Patriots and get us into a Super Bowl and not get leveled by the opposing team. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, Cooks is a phenomenal player. I believe he's led the NFL as far as catching the ball over 35 yards. He's been number one, I think, the past 3 years for catching the ball past 35 yards. So he's a big-time playmaker as far as distance goes. You get the ball in his hands, he's going the distance. Pretty much what I'm trying to say, okay? So Cooks is an amazing, he's an upper echelon receiver. He's not, he's not a freaking, Cooks is not an Odell Beckham, but he's an upper echelon receiver. This dude is a beast, right? I'm going to say he's somewhere between a B and an A receiver. He's somewhere in between there. I don't know if I want to throw him into the A receiver yet, because when I think of A receiver, it's more like a Steve Smith. When I think of an Odell Beckham, he's a A-plus receiver. Okay? So he's not, I don't know if I would necessarily put him in a A or A-plus receiver, but he's somewhere in between a B and an A. Maybe possible A. I don't know if I want to put him that high. But he's somewhere between B plus. Okay? He's somewhere in there. B plus, maybe an A. Okay? So he's a really good receiver. When you think of Kupp, I think he's a B receiver. Woods is a B receiver, which is Woods is obviously a little bit better than Kupp. But there's still B receivers, in my opinion, which I'd rather have a whole bunch of B receivers and a whole bunch of B players than have one A player and that's all you got is one A player. Okay, we have I would put Goff as an A quarterback, as far as grade scale. He's an A, maybe a B plus. I think he could get a little bit better. Goff, my opinion. I think he has a long ways to go. So I would put him maybe a B, B plus. Okay, my opinion. Okay, I'm not just gonna base it off this one season. Let's see how it goes next season, the season after that. You gotta have a show of progression. You gotta have consistency. All right, you gotta have consistency. Okay, just like Sean McVay always says, right? The truest measure of success is consistency. Okay, so I'm not gonna necessarily say that Goff is an A quarterback. Okay, I'm gonna put him in the B plus area. So you have a B plus quarterback. You have a running back, A plus. I'm gonna give Gurley an A plus because the dude's phenomenal. Goff, I'm gonna give him a B/B plus. Okay, Cooks, I'm gonna give him a B plus / maybe possible A. I don't know. I'm kind of hesitant to give him an A. Okay, Woods, B receiver. Okay, and Cup is a B receiver. Okay, Higbee, he's somewhere between. I think he's a B. I just don't think they put in the ball in his hands enough times for him to really make that big stride. But I think he has a potential to be a B receiver, really good catching tight end. In my opinion, and the dude's pretty explosive. He's pretty powerful. You get the ball in his hands enough times, he could be a playmaker. My opinion. Okay, I've seen his highlights from his college days and the potential that he's shown in the NFL. Okay, so these are the grades that I'm giving him. We think of Andrew Whitworth. He's obviously an A plus lineman. Okay, Sullivan, I would give him an A. Saffold, B. Havenstein, B. Jamon Brown, B. So if you look at the scale, if you look at this and we look at kind of what we have here, we have a very extremely strong offense. We don't really have a weakness. There's no C's here. There's no fails. There's no D's. There's none of that. It's A plus, B's, and A's. That's what we got on freaking offense. My opinion. Okay? So you think about how explosive this offense can be and the potential that it can have. Okay? So this is a great offense. We didn't necessarily need Cooks, in my opinion. Okay? But we got him, and I'm glad we did. Okay? Now, we think of the defense. I'm not going to go into it that much today, but I am going to go into it later on. But I kind of want to talk emphasis more on the offense because nobody's talking about the offense. Everybody's so obsessed with the defense that nobody's really talking about the offense. But this offense is phenomenal, in my opinion. There's a reason why we're the number one scoring offense last season. And it's not just because Sean McVay is new and nobody's used to his play calling. They watched him in Washington. Okay? So there's a reason why this team was phenomenal last year at scoring touchdowns. One, Todd Gurley. Okay? And I'm leaving out a very crucial component to this offense. And you know who that is? Someone that we rarely hardly use. He's a special component to this. Tavon Austin. Okay? I didn't even put him up here. Tavon, because he's a gadget player, so I didn't really put him in this lineup. But Tavon Austin, he's one of our gadget players. So you just think about all the components, everything that we can do in offense. We have a gadget player to throw off the defense. We have a gadget player who can either be a receiver or a runner, but he's got phenomenal speed. And so just the amounts of things that we can do on this offense is just crazy. People should be more scared of our offense than they are of our defense. But you know what? They're going to be so focused on their defense that they're not going to be paying that much attention to our offense. And our offense is going to kill it next year. Okay? Our offense is going to kill it next year. Okay, so again, you have Goff, who's a great quarterback. You have Todd Gurley, who's a threat on the ground, in the run game, and in the pass game, and the screen game. He's freaking killing it in the screen game, right? You have Cooks, a new addition to the team who's going to be phenomenal deep threat, all right? You have Woods, great receiver. You have Kupp, great receiver. You got Higbee, who's a great tight end, and he can make some plays on the receiving end. And then we have these great linemen to just seal it all up. So when you kind of just think about it, man, this offense has a lot of potential. It's got a lot of potential, okay? Let me get that through your guys' mind. So we have so many things that we can do on offense. And you just think about how powerfully strong our offense is right now. It's phenomenal, okay? The only thing that got me worried about is how long is Sullivan going to be with us? How long is Whitworth going to be with us? And we got to find some players to fill those voids when those guys leave. Because those guys are key players, okay? But enough of that. I'm going to go into another thing that nobody's talking about, okay? And that's special teams. And I only got a few people highlighted right here. I got Johnny Hekker, Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein, all right? And then I got Pharoh Cooper, okay? Nobody's really paying attention to special teams either. We had the number one special teams in the season. We had the number one special teams in the NFL last season. Number one, okay? Number one. None of those guys have changed except for Greg the Leg. I don't know how he's doing with his back injury, okay? If he's recovering? What's his status? I don't know. That's got me worried. That's the only thing that's got me worried right now is Greg the Leg. Is Zuerlein going to be okay next season? That's the one thing that got me worried. But if we get him back and he's at 100% and he's kicking that ball like he's always been kicking it and hasn't lost a pep in his step, we have the potential to be a dominating team next year. Okay? We have the potential to be a dominating team. Okay? You see that monkey right there? He agrees with me. His hands up. He's saying, you're right. Israel, you're freaking right on point. So, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say right now that we have the potential to be a great team. Now, I'm not going to speak too soon because I know how the NFL is, and I know things change like that. I know all kinds of scenarios can happen and take place, but I know that we have potential. Okay? And following the Rams for a long time in those hard-to-watch seasons when we weren't winning jack crap games, and we're over there in St. Louis, and I was just like, man, when are we going to start winning? And I knew we needed to get fire Fisher for the longest time, right? I was big anti-Fisher. When he put that one guy, the tight end coach, to be the offensive coordinator, I was like, what the hell are you doing? Dude's calling the same plays every single game, the same exact stupid, dumb plays. And it's like, dude, you're not making it hard for these defenses to crush you, man. That's why we did so terrible, because Fisher was an obviously terrible freaking head coach. I have no idea why he put that tight end coach who had zero experience being an offensive coordinator as an offensive coordinator 2 years in a row. He put him as offensive coordinator 2 years in a row. I knew Fisher had to go. All right, I'm sure he's a good guy. He's a nice guy in person, but terrible head coach. Terrible head coach, and he had to go. I'm so glad Sean McVay's there. He's doing big things. Sorry, I had to yawn. He's doing big things. I'm so glad that Sean McVay is there. I'm so glad that we're doing big things. And it's only going to get better, guys. It's only going to get better. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. And I'm going to hopefully put out good content out there for you guys to learn, to think, to even question a couple things. I'm not going to be like, oh, my team no matter what. We do some moves that are kind of questionable and I'm not sure about. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to put it out there. Right? I'm not going to be this little fake, whatever. So I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real for you guys. I'm gonna try to give you the best content that I can. I'm gonna try to be as up to date as possible. And hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content that I'm putting out. I had to start doing something about the Rams because we're making big moves, man. I had to start a YouTube channel about this. I had to, man, because I'm passionate about this team. I love this team, right? So I had to start putting up videos, man. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this content. I hope you guys follow, subscribe, share, do all those good things. Spread the word. Check out my channel. And I appreciate all you guys who take the time to listen and to maybe get more informed on the team. Hear some maybe differing opinions. One thing that I do want to put in before I close this video is this one last thing. We haven't paid Donald yet. And I'm worried. And I'm concerned. Because we're spending all this money on these other dudes. On all these dudes. We're getting all these dudes. But we're not paying the big dude. And I'm worried, man. I'm worried that they're not going to want to pay him. That they're making all these moves to kind of make us feel better about a Donald goodbye. But you know what? I hope that doesn't happen. I hope you pay the man. Pay the man already, man. Pay the man. Pay Donald. Pay him. Pay him. You hear me, Rams? You guys got to pay the man. Got to pay him. All right. He's worth keeping on our team. Pay the man. All right. I'm out.